On behalf of our board of directors and staff, thank you so much for selecting Crossroads House as a recipient of the Nonprofit Impact Award, and congratulations to all the other recipients. It's especially gratifying to receive this recognition after a year when so many nonprofits went above and beyond during the pandemic. For those who may not be familiar with Crossroads House, since 1982, we have been providing emergency shelter to men, women, and children in the Seacoast area who are experiencing homelessness. Last year, we served 364 people, including 62 children from 27 families. During normal times, our work is challenging. No one could have envisioned the new challenges we faced last year as we work to stay open and operational to meet the needs of our residents. I'm so incredibly proud of our staff. They work 24/7 to make sure that we have consistent coverage. In the early days of the pandemic, there was a tremendous amount of uncertainty and fear. The delivery of emergency shelter is not something that can be done remotely, and while some of our staff could work at home, the majority needed to be on site. Our staff recognized the importance of the services we deliver and heroically showed up day after day. Thanks also to our board of directors, our donors, and volunteers, all who stepped up in meaningful ways to help us navigate our way through this uncharted territory. They made sure we had the resources that we needed, including financial support, nutritious meals, and many items that were purchased from our wish list. When the pandemic hit, our shelter was at its max capacity with 120 people, most of whom were living in a congregate setting. Our residents and staff were both very apprehensive about the circumstances. When the governor issued the stay-at-home order, it became abundantly clear that people experiencing homelessness, whether sheltered or unsheltered, were in a dangerous and impossible situation. We knew we couldn't meet CDC spacing guidelines in our dorm rooms, so we worked as quickly as we could to implement a plan to spread people out. This involved renting local motel rooms, which we are still using to this day. People experiencing homelessness often have complex medical issues, and we knew that we needed to do everything possible to protect this vulnerable population. For the first 10 months of the pandemic, we did not have a single case of COVID, and to date, we have only had a handful of cases. Due to our rapid contact tracing and use of the isolation sites that were provided to us by the state, we were able to contain the few cases we had and avoided a major outbreak, which had been one of our greatest fears. Not only did we avoid a mass outbreak, we successfully helped 135 of our residents move to permanent housing in 2020. Our case managers are rock stars, working to identify affordable housing in a rental market where vacancy rates are less than 1% and prices are sky high. Despite the pandemic, we never stopped focusing on our mission to meet the immediate needs of homeless families and individuals and provide them with the tools and guidance they need to successfully return to permanent housing. As we begin to turn the corner on this pandemic and we start to see the light at the end of the tunnel, I've been reflecting on some of the silver linings. We now have a healthier shelter environment. We have strengthened partnerships with many of our partner agencies who provided invaluable support. There is a greater awareness of the vulnerability of those experiencing homelessness. The shortage of affordable housing is getting both local and national attention, and new proposed federal investments in housing resources could transform our country and significantly reduce homelessness. We've worked tremendously hard over the past year, and this recognition is truly appreciated. Thank you to the New Hampshire Center for Nonprofits for all your support and for recognizing Crossroads House in this way.